out loud has said like X. Yeah. Like.
Yeah.
Fast X.
Yeah.
iPhone 10. Is it Godzilla 10 Kong? Could that be what it is?
No, I think it's X.
Do you think like
what like math? Godzilla times
Kong equals the new empire? You plus me equals us.
Which is...
I know my calculus. You plus sign me equals sign us. Did you ever watch that together?
No.
Apparently my watch is at 10%. That's weird. Like I don't understand.
Well, mine's been saying load and weather all day, so I don't... I don't know what that means.
Well, you know what I think it means?
What?
I think it means it's time to start the podcast.
Oh. It's a 100% chance of...
Hello, everybody. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maggie.
And we are...
Hopefully awesome.
That's right. A positive place on the internet where we nerd out about all the geeky things we love. And today's geeky things include... well, we got a lot of things. We got Godzilla times Kong to the 10th power.
Yeah.
We got Spider-Man 4 updates. We got some box office news.
And how bad did I bomb it?
Plenty of other things for you to know about.
I'm so sorry, guys.
So...
and headphones are on the fritz, so I don't know how loud that is.
It's only loud enough. But hey, remember, if you'd like to support the channel, you can head over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome or join us right here on youtube.com/hopefullyawesome. Get your name in every episode just like these fine folks did. And you can also get other things, which we're currently revamping. So we'll go ahead. There's going to be like an official statement, you know, with all like the telling everything. But essentially, now on, you're going to get your name in the credits of everything, like always. Mm-hmm. There's not going to be movie commentary. There's not going to be Matt plus Maggie because we can't. Just run out of time.
We can't do it.
And so instead, we're going to give you access to our Google Drive. Now, what does that mean exactly?
Oh.
Whatever you think it means.
Not in the context he not in the context he means, guys. Hola, Shani.
No, it's so like, you know how we do super nice playback and we have like videotapes that we watch.
That's it.
I mean, I was just reminding people that we have that show, which happens every Wednesday.
Yeah.
And yeah. So then, you can also get your name shouted out for being our producer of the month, just like Strange Marvel Theories. Thank you for being our producer. And we're gonna start giving out a card. Mm-hmm. We're gonna do a membership card. But like I said, I'm just kind of teasing all that right now. There'll be an official release statement. So, but you all are here early, so you get all the secret tips. You think this is funny yet?
I don't know.
What if I do it as a robot?
All the secret tips. Just the tip.
Oh my god. Get that away. Get that away. Stop. Poor people. Poor
everybody
poor
loves
people.
it.
No,
this is why people come to see us. All right, that's what they want. They love that. They love the Matt and Maggie sauce of it all. You know what I mean?
No.
They love it.
Pissed off woman.
They love it. They love it when we get all weird and shit. Okay, Maggie wants the microphone. I'm scared. Oh, God. Jesus, that's very loud. There we go. God almighty. What? What? What is that? What is that? You should have charged yours. Let me see it. Hey.
might need to turn down the echo.
I'm sorry, son. You're just too darn loud.
Too darn loud.
Happy Easter. Hey, we're 2 episodes away from our 100th episode. It's episode 98.
I know.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. It's...
Hello.
Hey, Jariana.
Okay.
Hey, Caleb Richardson in chat. I hope for the next 2 movies they split of Kong and Godzilla into their own solo movies again, like Kong, Hollow Earth, and Godzilla Destruction. Maybe have the villain be Destroyer.
I like that idea.
We need to get moving on, bud.
Maggie, listen. We gotta give people time to get in here, get their feet wet. All right?
They've had their time.
Well, Maggie, listen. It's Monday. It's April 1st.
Colonel Sanders.
It's April 1st. Oh, is the Colonel here?
Yeah.
Hey, what up, Colonel?
Oh, thanks, Colonel Sanders. He's giving us box office facts.
Well, Colonel Sanders, you fucker, you better stop. Or else
ignore him.
We won't be able to do our first segment of the night. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. It's time
for the news. Good news, everyone.
First story. I'm not. Okay. I'm done.
I was supposed to say, there's no way. There's no way I can focus.
Listen, mate, sometimes I like to make it hard to watch us, okay? So we weed out the people who can't get on our level, okay? Like, if you're not putting in the effort to watch us, then you don't deserve it, all right? If you don't like me at my Megaphone, you don't deserve me at my box office.
Gets arrested for spoiling the stream. No.
Nah, just kidding. I'm kidding. So, via Box Office Mojo, the numbers, and discussing film, here is this weekend's top box office. So, at number 1, new to the box office, Godzilla X Kong to the 10th power.
Go Godzilla.
That's not how the song goes.
No.
It opened up to $80 million domestically and $193.9 million worldwide. Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, opens to $10 million in domestic previews.
Ooh.
The biggest ever for the Monsterverse. We can get into the Monsterverse.
Good job.
Second biggest domestic opening of 2024. What was number 1?
Oh, God. Oh, no. I'm blanking.
Of 2024.
I'm blanking already. Dune 2.
There you go, Maggie. Dune 2 opened to $82 million domestically.
Wow.
Both of these are Warner Brothers pictures, so keep that in mind.
So Zaslav.
But also, this is the biggest worldwide opening of 2024. So it actually made more money in its opening weekend worldwide. Mr.
Yes.
Worldwide, as one might put it. Mr. Worldwide.
Wow.
Is it going to be worth it?
I don't know if I'm like not getting it all because I don't have headphones tonight.
No, I think you're getting it. It's just not funny. Like, that's the thing. It's just not funny.
Okay.
But it's funny to me because of how not funny it is.
Caleb Richardson in the chat says, also, I was today years old when I found out Godzilla vs. Kong was a remake of King Kong vs. Godzilla 1962.
Remake in name only.
That's what I should have gotten.
The fart noise?
The fart gun.
Oh, God, no, please no.
Yes, we have seen Monarch Legacy of Monsters on Apple Plus TV.
Hell yeah, we have.
Yeah,
Man, let me tell you, the Monsterverse, I love the Monsterverse.
Let me some Kurt Russell.
And Wyatt Russell, a.k.a. U.S. Agent, a.k.a. the bad Captain America. The movies. Yeah, obviously we're gonna break down Godzilla vs. Kong here in a little bit, but I mean, please feel free to keep talking about it in the comments. Obviously, we love hearing your all's feedback. But also at the box office this weekend, the Godzilla X Kong also had a budget of $135 million, 75% of which came from Legendary, and only 25% was covered by Warner Brothers.
Zaslav.
Yeah, I know, right? I feel like we're not centered correctly. Like, it's a little too leaned more on yours, because, like, see how, like, nah.
Well, usually me, I'm like, leaned in more. Oh, here we go. Let's see. As as an Egyptian, I'm pretty sure it gave me a brain aneurysm when I saw the pyramids being destroyed. I say so.
Oh, shit.
Is the chat open for spoilers or not?
I'm gonna say we will not be saying spoilers.
Not yet.
We will be talking spoilers later in the episode. So if you, I would say chat be, like, if you spoil it, like, it just everybody, just know that that's a possibility in chat, obviously.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say necessarily, like, just start spoiling shit just for the fun of it. But I mean, if you got something to say, obviously you got something to say. And we probably wouldn't, like, read it out loud. So I mean, that's the only thing. But I mean, I'm not going to tell you not to say something you want to say.
I might not read it out loud.
Yeah.
I'll try to remember to read it out when it comes to spoilers and stuff. So.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, so y'all figured it out. You're good. Let's see here. Number 2 at the box office, dropping from the number 1 slot, was Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Cold. With 15.6 million domestic, 73.3 million total domestic, and 108 million worldwide. Nice. 108, that is a Lost reference, Maggie. What do you get if you add 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, and 42 together? 108, that's right, baby. Number 3 at the box office, dropping from the number 2 slot, Dune Part 2 made an additional 11.3 million, bringing its domestic total to 252.6 million and worldwide gross to $626.3 million. Steven Spielberg said Dune Part 2 is one of the most brilliant science fiction films he's ever seen. That's high praise.
High praise.
I mean, it really is. Like, Steven Spielberg, the godfather of sci-fi cinema, one would say. I mean, I'm saying it.
You're saying it? All right. Oh, God. I'm sorry, guys.
Steven Spielberg helped finish AI, the movie.
He did.
And he's a big fan of Bicentennial Man.
Get that away. It hurts my ears right now. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Colonel Sanders will jump him if anybody spoils into chat.
Okay, so no spoilers. Please no spoilers until we get into the spoiler section. Okay. There we go. Colonel Sanders.
He has paved the way.
There you go. Let's see here. Number 4. I do appreciate them asking. I want to throw that out there. Yeah. Whoever that was that asked if it's cool. I appreciate that.
It was Colonel.
That was Colonel saying, can we spoil?
Yeah. He said, let's see, let me find it. He said, is the chat open for spoilers or not? And he also said, as an Egyptian, it gave his brain an aneurysm when he saw the pyramids being
gotcha.
destroyed.
Okay. Well, we will definitely not be doing spoilers. Let's see here. Number 4 at the box office, dropping from the number 3 slot, was Kung Fu Panda 4 Skadoosh with 10.2 million. I'm gonna have to fix something because the thing on the prompter is like faded away, and it's I'll have to fix that. With 10.2 million, bringing its domestic gross to 151.6 million, and its worldwide gross to $347 million.
Keep going.
Skaboo. Number 5, dropping from number 4 slot, was Immaculate with 3.2 million, bringing its domestic gross to 11.1 million and its worldwide gross to 12.5 million. What?
Let's see the next thing on it.
Oh yeah.
I can read it.
Well, okay. I'll be back.
All right. Tickets to see Immaculate in theaters this Wednesday will cost $6.66. Anybody get it? Huh? $6.66.
Was it June 6th or something?
No. It's those 3 lovely numbers that mean something.
Oh. You mean...
That sounds... That almost sounds like the devil in Blue Exorcist.
Let's see. Number 6. We got new to the box office is Tilu Square with 2.5 million, bringing its worldwide gross to 2.6 million. Number 7, dropping from the number 5 slot, is Arthur the King, aka Meatball the Dog.
Meatball.
With 2.4.
We stand with Meatball.
2.4 million, bringing its domestic gross to 19 million and its worldwide gross to 19.2 million. Not a big fan of the Meatball.
Nope.
Number 8, dropping from the number 6 slot, is Late Night with the Devil. Speaking of the devil, that's what people actually say sometimes.
What?
Speak of the devil.
Oh, speak of the devil. Late Night with the Devil.
With 2.2 million, bringing its domestic gross to 6.2 million and its worldwide gross to 6.5 million.
Oh, wow,
number
there's
9.
2 6s there.
I lost my headphones. Number 9, new to the box office, is Crew with 1.7 million domestic.
I'm scared.
2 million worldwide. And lastly, at number 10, dropping from the number 7 slot, is Imaginary with 1.4 million, bringing its domestic gross to 26.2 million and its worldwide gross to $32.8 million.
I'm sorry, I keep on saying quick because Lucy keeps on licking my arm.
Maggie, any shockers here? Any surprises?
I mean, not really. I mean, like Late Night with the Devil, it made into top 10 last week.
Yeah.
And I just didn't think it'd still be there.
Really?
Yeah, because it had a limited. I know it's like out now, right?
I don't know if it went full
okay.
on. I think it's still somewhat limited, but
Yeah.
But I mean, I think word of mouth's been going pretty good for it. I don't know. Could be wrong. But you know what I'm not wrong about, Maggie?
What?
It's time to guess the weekend box office. I lost my headphones again.
Oh. Let's see. Caleb, I don't know what. Oh, are we? Oh, Lord.
What?
Are we freezing up bad guys?
Are we?
Let me see what the playback looks like.
Are you watching yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Caleb says, YouTube, stop it. I just want to bust some ghosts.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Bustin' makes me feel good. Caleb also said, I always love it when movies with similar premises come out in the same year, like Imaginary and If. That's quite a coincidence. And also like Immaculate and The First Omen.
I didn't do that. It's the devil.
Don't. It's a fairy.
It's a fairy. Hey, we're guessing the weekend box office. Apparently, I still had something uploading, and that may have been causing some slag. So I have turned that off.
Okay.
So there you go.
We'll see what it does.
Let's see here. So if this is your first time checking us out, we now play this game called Guess the Weekend Box Office. Each movie that you get in the top 5 that we guess correctly that is in the top 5, you get 1 point for. If you get that movie in the correct slot, you'll also get 1 point. So if we said that Godzilla X Kong came in the number 1 slot, we would get 1 point for guessing it in the top 5 correctly, and then another point for guessing it at number 1. If we get all 5 in the top 5 and in their correct slots, you will also earn a bonus 5 points. Ooh. Meaning each week we have a possibility of earning 15 points.
I did it last week, guys.
Maggie did it last week, and
I say I can't do it again. I say you did it.
Mystifying.
I bet you did it.
This weekend's box office, just to remind everybody, top 5 was Godzilla X Kong, Ghostbusters 5, Dune Part 2, Kung Fu Panda 4, and Immaculate. Let's see what the picks were. So we both had at number 1 Godzilla X Kong. At number 2 we had Ghostbusters. At number 3 you had Dune Part 2. I had Kung Fu Panda 4. At number 4 I had Dune Part 2. You had Kung Fu Panda 4.
What?
And at number 5 we had Immaculate. What?
Did I do it?
You
Holy
did it again.
Crap.
Oops. She did it again.
How?
Because you're a genius.
I don't see how I'm a genius.
Take the point, you fuck.
Shut up.
Look at this. You're beating me by 11 points.
Good.
I swear. I'm proud of you. I am. I'm really proud of you. You did great. I, of course,
respect.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points for my guesses. Maggie got the elusive 15 points for getting all 5 in the correct slot. So now that we've viewed the box office winners, let's take a look at what's coming out next week so we can guess next weekend's box office. So opening up next week, we've got The First Omen, as well as Monkey Man.
Can't wait to watch Monkey Man.
It looks really good. So, Maggie, where do you want to put what? And here,
see.
I'll put the top 5 back up so you can remember where everything was.
All right. Immaculate. What? Like, how much money did it make? Like 11? Or something?
No, it made like 5, I think.
3.
3,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Kung Fu Panda's at 10. Dune 2 made 11. Ghostbusters made 15. And, of course, Godzilla X Kong made like 80.
Okay. All right.
You got Monkey Man and The First Omen.
Okay. So, okay, I'm gonna say, and this is probably gonna cost me points. I'm gonna say Godzilla X Kong number 1.
Okay. A twofer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then number 2. I'm going to say Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Because, like, spring break's still going on.
Yeah.
Stuff, so.
Okay.
A lot of kids love Ghostbusters. Alright, this is where I'm going to run into some problems. I want to say, you know what?
What?
I'm going to stick with it. Dune 2.
Okay, so you're saying the top 3 will be the same.
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Like I said, it'll probably cost me. And then,
I mean, you got the points to spare, so you're fine.
And then number 4. No, it's a stretch, but I'm going to say Monkey Man.
You think that's a stretch?
Yeah.
Okay. You think it's not going to do that well?
Oh, I think so. And also, I know it has a R rating.
That is true.
So, I know that's kind of
complacent to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I'm going to say number 5, Kung Fu Panda.
Okay. So you're saying number 1, Godzilla X Kong, number 2, Ghostbusters, number 3, Dune, number 4, Monkey Man, and number 5, Kung Fu Panda 4.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you for bringing up the R rating, because that affects where I put everything. So I'm thinking, gonna move that there. I'm gonna put. Gonna do this. Make anything in chat to catch up on?
The First Omen is coming out this weekend too. Yeah. Along with Monkey Man, which I don't know about the First Omen. It's like it's hit or miss sometimes with those horror movies.
Yeah.
Like I think where Sydney Sweeney's in Immaculate, I think that kind of helped.
Yeah. And like I feel like The Exorcist didn't do that well.
No.
And like The Omen, I feel like is even less known than But people like horror movies.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I know that. It's
1,
just
2, 3, 4,
it's
5.
just
okay.
for our predictions. I think if we were like closer to spooky time, yeah. But no.
Maybe. Okay, so I have my choices. Number 1, Godzilla X Kong.
Okay.
Number 2, Monkey Man. Number 3, Dune Part 2.
Yeah.
Number 4, The First Omen. Number 5, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Ooh.
I think Kung Fu Panda and Immaculate are going to get kicked out.
Okay.
I did originally have Monkey Man at number 1, but then you reminded me that it's an R rating. And I think Godzilla will still do enough.
I think so too.
And I also think that Godzilla will still enough of the children's audience.
Yeah.
That'll kind of, I think the rest of them will make more than Kung Fu Panda, and that'll kind of push it out of the top 5.
Okay.
That's where I'm going. But also I'm thinking the First Omen's gonna eat some of the business of Immaculate, and so that's why we're gonna get it in there. I put Ghostbusters at the bottom. I was close to not even. I was close to just kicking it out, even though it was number 2 this weekend. But I mean, I still think Dune has a chance of still staying in the top 3.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. Let us know in your chat.
Yes. We're still a little bit jittery on our end. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We'll keep going. And hopefully it'll all just kind of sort itself out.
Yeah.
So next up, we've got our first story. So, via the N. Snyder, Spider-Man Home Run. Spider-Man 4 Home. 4 homes and a spider.
Welcome home.
Is looking to begin filming in September or October. Justin Lin was one of the names in the mix to direct the film. And
the movies.
It's rumored that Zendaya will return as MJ for Spider-Man 4. This is also believed to be one of the reasons that they have delayed Euphoria Season 3 indefinitely. Because she's got a schedule she got to keep,
They're not going to be looking like young teenagers anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I've not really looked into it much, but I know there's some stuff that they've said like they're gonna skip it ahead to where they are adults. One, obviously because they're all grown up, and 2, just to make it a little less risky.
Yeah.
Or risque. I don't really know exactly which word they used.
Probably risque.
Also, real quick, this is kind of tied to this. I saw somebody took the ending of Spider-Man Far From Home, where like Spider-Man's looking at the thing, and seeing the video of him like killing Mysterio or whatever, and they replaced it with the trailer for Zendaya's new movie, where she has the 3-way,
Oh yeah, the tennis movie. Yeah.
And, like he looks up at it and he goes, "What the fuck?" And it cuts off. It's pretty funny. It's pretty good at it. Maggie, why don't you talk for a second? I'm gonna poke around the computer and just make sure there's nothing else I can turn off.
It'll be very interesting. Oh, and we get to see him in that really cool suit that he had at the end of Spider-Man 3. That makes me excited because it was like metallic looking. Also, if I feel like I know Peter's gonna keep on pressing MJ, like seeing her and stuff in the coffee shop. I think
so?
Yeah, I think she might remember, and wherever she remembers, maybe it will do something. It looks like we're moving better now.
Okay. I was able to shut down a few things.
Okay. I think that'll help.
I mean, definitely, if they're going to have MJ in it, I think that it makes sense that, like, okay, here's what I actually think is going to happen, and it kind of sucks. Okay.
Oh, no.
Like, I feel like they're just going to be like, I remember everything. Like, it's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm trying to think. There was one movie where it's like, Bucky.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So like Winter Soldier, he doesn't know anything, right? And then like we start Civil War, and he's like, yeah, I remember it all, and like we just kind of brush over all of that.
I miss you.
I feel like that's just depends on how they want to play it. like I would much rather them make MJ kind of not a background character, but like someone that's just tangentially in Peter's life, and maybe he's like, you know, really getting into the Spider-Man thing, and he meets Black Cat, and that can be like someone to kind of like,
I wish,
help him find like the fun, because obviously his heart belongs to MJ, but you know, she doesn't remember him or anything, and so he's trying to do right by her by moving on.
Yeah.
And like that could be like a good person to kind of help him through that, you know, and like maybe get him questioning, like, you know, maybe he regrets his sacrifice, you know, my sacrifice. And so she could even like feed into the kind of the iffy side.
Yeah.
And I mean, if they really wanted to, obviously Peter's not in a great spot. So, I mean, they could theoretically move into like the Venom stuff.
Yeah.
And like, you know, the symbiote kind of feeds on his weaker instincts.
Yeah.
You know, of like, I mean, the world owes me something. You know, here I've gave up everybody I've ever loved.
Yeah.
So it's time for me to get mine, you know.
I've lost everybody I loved.
Yeah. I mean, literally no one knows who he is, you know. And so like I would love for them to go that direction with it. But at the same time, it's Zendaya.
Yeah.
And like to sideline one of the biggest actors in the world right now, you know, just to serve plot. It's just that's usually not how movies work, also, you know, unfortunately.
They're lovey-doveys together also. So like I just don't see them being like I don't know. I mean, I could see them in a way being like, do they have to be apart?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think actors would do that.
No. But like I could see them thinking that, but they'll just still go with the flow no matter what.
Really? You don't think they would be more concerned with like a good story than like, oh, she's my girlfriend, so I want to be in a movie with her? Like I feel like both of them are better actors than that.
Well, that's what I meant. Like whatever's dealt to them script wise, they're going to do it. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
That's what
I see.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was misunderstanding what you were throwing out, but now I smell what you're cooking.
Ooh, that smell! Can't you smell that smell?
Do you smell what the rocket's cooking?
Is it cooking fried chicken?
No, you would have thought. But no, I mean, I'm definitely excited for another Spider-Man 4. Sam Raimi was also asked if he was going to direct a Spider-Man 4. And he said that he's not heard anything yet, but that he really loved seeing Tobey back in No Way Home. I mean,
I'd watch it, yes. I'd watch it.
I mean, obviously.
Duh. I mean,
I'd much rather have an Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm going to watch
I'm right there with you. I'd rather have Andrew Garfield.
I mean, he gave so much and so little.
Yeah.
You know, like in No Way Home. He
stole it.
He stole that movie. Like, the movie filled with a million things. And, like, Andrew Garfield comes on the screen and just immediately takes all of the attention, you know? He's great.
Just love how everybody in the theater just
so good. Well deserved.
Losing their minds, dude. Man.
Oh, man. So if they were to adapt a story that you know of Spider-Man, what would you like to see happen in Spider-Man 4?
Oh my God.
Like, I mean, what would you like to see?
You said the one I'd like to see is Black Cat.
I feel like that makes sense for where we are.
She needs to show up.
It's almost like
don't put the fur around the neck. Don't do that.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, well, they have Kraven the Hunter for that.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm thinking. We basically do Mission Impossible 5 or 6. I forget which one it was, but where Tom Cruise is like kind of in a relationship with like the bad spy.
Yeah.
Because he can't be with the woman he loves, that he left at the end of 3, or well, I guess he left during 4 because he wanted to keep her safe and stuff. We just do that.
Okay.
And then maybe Black Cat turns on him because she was actually hired by I don't know, Morbius or some shit. I don't know. I don't even know. The Kingpin, Harry Osborn. I don't know. Like somebody. Mark Gavin.
Yeah. Bring in the Osborns on this.
You think already? Right now?
This is for something.
But we just had Papa Osborn from another dimension.
That was God, Matt.
God.
Yeah.
Hey, Spider-Man.
That was God.
Can Spider-Man come out to play?
That's not my house.
I'm so surprised Henry is not woke up. Yeah.
Well, he's been awake a lot today, so I think he's just like, hey, I had a bottle for dinner and I'm done.
Now, you know that one of the things that's gone back and forth between Sony and Marvel particularly is that Sony really wants to do another multiverse story. And Marvel really wants to do like a grounded Spider-Man story.
Yeah.
Like, he's back to the basics, you know?
Yeah.
And that's kind of been what's caused like a lot of the... I mean, there's a reason why we haven't had a Spider-Man film since 2021.
Yeah.
Like the longest we've gone.
Morbius and Venom.
Maggie, how dare you?
And Carnage.
How dare you? It's Morbin time, alright? It's on Disney Plus now. Show some fucking respect.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Madam Web? We liked Madam Web enough. We liked it enough.
It's not perfect. It's okay.
Okay, let me ask you this. Would you want to see Sydney Sweeney show up? Would you not want to see Sydney Sweeney show up?
I'd be okay with it.
I mean, like if anyone, what if we like if they had to put in?
I want Dakota Johnson to just.
She's never coming back into one of these. I know.
I'm just saying, Dakota Johnson comes back, and then at some point during the movie, all of a sudden, just time space rips open, and there she is sitting in her wheelchair with her big sunglasses.
She's just like, "Hey guys,
come on."
Oh, did you get tacos? We did get tacos. I knew it. That's Madam Web. That's the whole thing. No, if they had to pull somebody from the Sony cavalcade of Spider-Man people,
Eddie,
is that who you'd want?
Yes, yeah. That's the only person I can stand.
You would want Tom Hardy's Venom. Hardy,
yes.
Okay.
And he has to be Venom the whole time. He can't be.
Man, there's really not a good choice in any of it, is there?
No, there isn't.
Mean, I guess like the only one would be like Sydney Sweeney.
Doctor Who. Matt Smith.
The dancing dead vampire boy. I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that though. Is there any bad guys we've not seen that you would like to see?
I'm trying to think of any.
The lizard? No, the scorpion.
The scorpion, which he's in jail, but he could break out.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
the scorpion was in my bad. Because it's that dude from Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Scorpion would be good. How about we bring back Paul Giamatti?
It's the Rhino. I'm a big Rhino man.
Hey, he's one of the main villains on Spider-Man's Amazing Friends.
Let's put Hydro Man.
Hydro Man, yeah.
You know, that was a good story in the animated series.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get the Spider Slayer.
Yeah.
You know, let's get the big old spider robots. You know?
Let's get the Spider Mech in there.
From the live action Japanese show?
Yeah, let's bring
the Zord?
Yeah, bring him in. Let him destroy
the emissary of hell?
Yeah.
All right.
Bring him in.
I'm down. I'm so down. Absolutely.
Bring him in. Let him destroy all of New York.
I think we got a movie.
Okay.
So what we're saying is Peter tries to stop a crime.
Yeah.
A jewel thief. It's Black Cat.
Yeah.
Starts coming on to him. He's like, man, you know what? The Earth owes me one.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna feel happy right now. All right. And then he goes off and they start shooting the spider webs. And while he's gone, a big giant robot starts attacking New York, and Zendaya's down there, and is like, "Oh my God, what are we gonna do?" And he's like, "You," and then he picks her up, right, and then he's like, laying in a spider web, and Black Cat's like, "Oh, what's going on?" And he's like, "Ah, shit." Different thing, different day.
I can never be happy.
And he puts his pants on, and then he leaves, and then he goes and saves Zendaya, and she's like, "Peter, thanks." "Oh, what? I know everything again. It's a good thing you waited for me and didn't have sex with anybody."
Wow.
The end. That's the movie. Spider-Man, Curb Your Home. There it is. All right, I feel like we nailed that.
Housewarming. Spider-Man 4 housewarming.
Spider-Man 4 for the homies.
Spider-Man
4 the homies.
Well, I know this doesn't have the word. Spider-Man 4 Homewrecker.
Homewrecker. Spider-Man 4 Hose over bros. There we go.
Good job.
Anything else you want to say before we go to the next one?
No, nothing else I want to say.
Hello? Okay.
Hi.
I can hear myself. All right, everybody. So now we are into the headlines. We got some fun stuff to talk about. So new releases this week on video on demand. We've got The American Society is dropping on digital. We've got Knox Goes Away.
Ooh.
Maggie, you're very excited for that one.
Yeah.
That actually, all these come out tomorrow. And Snack Shack, which we did not talk about, did not watch.
I saw the poster for it at the theater.
Yeah, it looks like one of those high school R-rated comedy movies. Project X, Superbad, American Pie.
Yeah.
Adventureland. Adventure Time. Keenan and Kel.
What are you doing?
Also, on Disney Plus this week, we got Wish drops on the 3rd. Monsters at Work Season 2 drops on Friday the 5th.
If I'm not mistaken,
Yo,
I think they're going to show Monsters at Work on the Disney Channel too.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I think they are, because whenever I went over to Mom's, because we don't have cable, she had it on Disney Channel for Viv, and it showed Monsters at Work. I'm like, are they showing this on the Disney Channel? It's like, well, I mean, that's great.
I mean, it makes sense for them to kind of use what they can.
Yeah. Might as well.
Yeah. And I don't think Monsters at Work is really selling the subscriptions at the moment, So, I mean, might as well sell some of them ads on top of it. You know what I'm saying? On Netflix this week, we got Files of the Unexplained dropping on the 3rd. It's a new docuseries. Don't worry about that it says right there about the 4K thing.
Okay.
That's nothing. Parasite the Grey, a new series, drops on the 5th. It looks really freaking weird. The Anti-Social Network, Memes to Mayhem, a documentary that drops on the 5th. Here's a synopsis of it. How bored teens built an online community out of their shared loneliness, but accidentally shattered consciousness, consensus, reality in the process.
Wow.
Scoop, starring Gillian Anderson, and Billy Popper. Yeah. The film recounts the true story of how Emily Matalis and the team at BBC News were able to secure their interview with Prince Andrew, where he was questioned about his connections to one. I'm not going to say that name because I'm afraid that might get
horrible person.
Yeah, I'm afraid it might get hit with something.
Horrible person.
On Prime, dropping on the 5th, is a new movie called How to Date Billy Walsh. Archie loves Amelia, but she falls for Billy Walsh, the new transfer student.
Wow.
I mean, it's a new movie.
What a summary.
I mean, Archie, like, I didn't know if maybe it was related to Riverdale or something. On the 4th, we got Musica.
Good job.
With Rudy Mancuso. Rudy Mancuso rose to fame through his silly and musical Vine videos in the mid-2010s, and now he'll be making his directorial debut with the romantic comedy Musica. Mancuso stars as a fictionalized version of himself while trying to figure out his life. Rudy suffers from synesthesia and hears regular noises such as dishes being washed and car horns as a series of rhythms. His friends and family keep trying to guide him in the right direction, but Rudy continues to find himself in a string of mishaps. His life takes a turn when he meets Isabella, and their eventual romance may hold the key to Rudy finally being able to put his life together.
Interesting.
Hey, it's a new movie coming out.
It's a prom movie.
There you go. It's
a prom movie.
New to Max, we got The Zone of Interest hits this week. Yeah, I'm very excited to watch that one. It's gonna just fucking punch me in the face. It's like, I mean, it's hardcore, man.
I know.
Like, it's really good, apparently. On Apple TV Plus, we got Loot Season 2 drops on April the 3rd.
I thought, no joke, Loot looked like Lost.
At
a glimpse.
Oh my god, can you imagine? Maggie, I would have lost it.
I know.
Literally lost. Also, we get Sugar, a new series, drops on the 5th. Private investigator John Sugar, played by Colin Farrell, unravels the mystery behind the disappearance of a Hollywood producer's granddaughter. Okay. I want a bloody costume.
Should have kept him.
When he's dead. Deadshot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Should have kept him.
Deathstroke? Deadshot? Bullseye. That's his name.
I was supposed to say, that's not any of the names that he's supposed to be.
Maybe he's going to be in Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
Who knows? On Peacock, we got Night Swim hitting Peacock on the 5th. And this weekend, we got the WrestleMania 40 on Saturday and Sunday. We're going to watch The Rock in the main event.
We usually wind up watching it.
If you smell.
Oh, great. And that means Viv will watch it. She'll try to jump off the couch.
Yeah. Do you think The Rock is actually going to be a secret good guy? And he actually helps that other guy win or whatever?
You know what? I kind of hope.
He's not.
He's not.
He's just an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be fine with that. Let's see, on Paramount Plus, Talk to Me drops today, actually, on the 1st. That's a good movie. We just watched it, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
Star Trek Discovery Season 5 drops on the 4th.
Oh, my God.
Physical releases coming out this week, so all these drop tomorrow. We got Major League, the 4K Steelbook Edition, as well as just the standard 4K. Red 2 Film Collection on 4K. First Blood on 4K Steelbook.
Yeah.
Rambo Last Blood on 4K Steelbook. So you got the first and the last. The beginning and the end. The alpha and the omega, as one might say.
Blood.
Stigmata hits Blu-ray. Guardians of the Galaxy 4K Steelbook Walmart exclusive Mando X series.
Wow.
Comes out. The Avengers 4K Steelbook Walmart exclusive Mando X series comes out. Doctor Strange 4K Steelbook Walmart exclusive Mando X series. And Black Panther 4K Steelbook Walmart exclusive Mando X series. All come out.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just new cases.
I figured.
Yeah. New steelbooks. I mean, they look pretty cool. It's like an art thing. Like a pop art kind of case. I mean, it's cool. New trailers. And I meant for us to watch all of these. And we did not. So just know that there's going to be a lot on here we haven't seen. First trailer that dropped was the new Woody Woodpecker movie. It's the Woody Woodpecker Show. I'm laughing. Ba-dum-bum. Pecker Show. Let's see. The Sympathizer, which hits HBO on April 14th. Unfrosted, which is the new documentary or docudrama about the creation of Pop-Tarts.
Oh, yeah.
Starring Jerry Seinfeld. And a lot of comedians.
Yeah.
Hits Netflix on the 3rd of May. Cons of Kindness hits theaters on June 21st. Bad Boys 4 Ride or Die hits theaters on June 7th. And the new Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, the first official, like, full-length trailer for that.
About time. The last one was like 5 seconds long.
Yeah, and it comes out in about a week, so we'll see. We'll see if there's a reason they've been hiding that one. New Rotten Tomatoes scores. We got Monkey Man has a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. Godzilla X Kong started with a 69%. But now has a 55% on Rotten Tomatoes. Still, it also has a 92% audience score and an A- on Cinema Score.
Yeah.
Like,
take that and shove it, tomatoes.
Like, well, it's not the tomatoes, it's the critics. Like, I feel like critics, and like, here's the thing, we're people on the internet talking about movies, so, you know, it is what it is. But like, I feel like critics have really like disconnected from like audiences. You know, like, I feel like critics are kind of like the Oscars.
Yeah.
Where, like, they're so removed from, like, what actual people watch.
Yes.
You know? And, like, I don't know. I find it much more...
It kind of reminds me of, like, those two dudes.
Ebert and Robert or whatever.
Yeah. Flip their names off.
Yeah.
But, like, sometimes they'd be, like, all for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, there'd be just a few times, like, you're like, are you a human being? How can you not like this, you know?
Well, and I think a lot of these critics like to think that in order to prove that they're doing their job, they have to find, like, bad things to be able to say.
Yeah.
To be a critic about it.
If you review a movie, you're not out to kill it.
Yeah. But I feel like with us, I mean, specifically with us, we like to try and find the good wherever we can. Obviously, there's not movies, like, there's some movies that don't have anything good about it, you know? But I mean, we're looking more to kind of prop up the things that a movie does right more than looking for the things that a movie tanks itself on.
Yeah.
You know? And maybe that's skewed in the wrong way. But I mean, there's plenty of other people to you know, shit on a movie, so we'll help them clean that shit off. Yeah. Get that shit off your face. Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 debuted with 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 97% rating increase from the first film, and already has more positive reviews. It had 6 reviews as of the time that this was published.
Oh, okay. I was supposed to say something sounds fishy there.
100%, Maggie. It's a perfect film. Everybody will love it. Everybody will love it, Maggie. Everyone loves an underdog. Let's see here. Via Entertainment Weekly and Hollywood Reporter, Freaky Friday 2 begins filming this summer. Nisha Ganatra is set to direct. It's currently undecided if the film will go theatrical or just to Disney Plus. I guarantee it'll be theatrical, yeah. Freaky Friday 2 will follow Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis's characters as they body swap with 2 teenage girls. One of the girls will be Anna's daughter.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So, I don't know if it's, like, here's the thing. I feel like it's a little too late for this.
It is.
Like, I don't know.
I think they're just cashing in on the fact that, one, Jamie Lee Curtis is having a great time in her career, I think.
She never stopped having a great time.
No, I don't know, but, like, I feel like she's, like...
Don't call it a comeback.
Not necessarily, but, like...
Don't call it a comeback.
I wouldn't call it her Renaissance era or anything, but, like...
Yeah, because she never went away.
Yeah.
Can't call it a comeback if she never went away.
No.
Don't call it a comeback.
Anyways, I think they're cashing in on her.
Yeah.
And then Lindsay Lohan's coming back. She's done multiple Netflix movies and stuff.
Don't call it a comeback. She never went away.
I hate to stop you there, Matt.
I'm joking. I gotcha. Just
kidding. From what I remember, I think, was it on Jimmy Fallon? Lindsay Lohan was on there, and she mentioned it, and she seemed like she was, like, super excited about it. Yeah. They've already, like, been hanging out and stuff. Yeah.
I will say, like, the whole point of this is, like, to see that people act as the other people. So, like, them being in the bodies of 2 teenage girls. So, like, are we gonna... I mean, I'm assuming we'd be watching them act as though they are teenage girls.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it works because, like, Lindsay Lohan and
Jamie Lee
Curtis, thank you. Like they were playing each other.
Yeah.
Right. So like we're still seeing the two people we went to watch.
Yeah.
Who are these two teenage girls? And like, are we gonna be stuck watching them when like we really just want to watch Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just weird. It's weird
like
that they're
the fun
going that
part
direction.
of that, the first Freaky Friday they did, like not the one from the 70s, the one that they did back in the 2000s.
Let's get together. Yeah. That's the Parent Trap. I'm sorry.
Parent Trap. Yeah,
I'm sorry. So sorry. Golly. Another Lindsay Lohan classic.
But it was just fun to see Jamie Lee Curtis try to act like a teenager.
Yeah, fall in love with Chad Michael Murray. Sing Bowling for Soup.
Yeah, he gets like, doesn't he fall in love? Yeah, he falls in love with the mom, but that's while Lindsay Lohan's in her body.
Yeah,
and it's really weird.
Yeah. Hey man, it was the 80s.
It wasn't the 80s.
It was whenever it was.
2000s, Matt.
Yeah,
I owned that movie.
Via discussing film, John Barenthal was found behind the scenes as Frank Castle for Daredevil Born Again. He was spotted whilst taking a break from
They also
filming.
released a picture of him.
Did they? They released a picture, or did he posted a picture?
I don't know.
Well, somebody posted on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like they found him.
Yeah.
And they took a picture of him and posted on Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't think Disney's officially announced that he's coming back, have they?
I feel like that was a rumor.
Yeah.
But
or that I think we've heard that he is coming back, but
yeah.
I don't think they necessarily have said that he's gonna be in Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah.
So I guess this kind of fixes that.
Yeah.
I guess.
I think so. I don't know.
Via Variety, Courtney Cox is in talks to return for Scream 7.
Wait, I thought she died.
No, she didn't.
No, she didn't. Okay.
I don't think. I'm pretty sure she didn't.
I mean, it'd be great to see her and Neve Campbell.
Yeah, I mean, it's still Scream 7's gonna be just a hard one to not think about what it could have been.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the Aliens 3 of Scream. What?
I saw the next thing. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I was wondering when this would happen.
Via discussing film, Christopher Nolan will receive a knighthood in England and become Sir Christopher Nolan. His producing partner and wife Emma Thompson has also received a damehood.
Ooh, so she'll be Dame Emma.
Lady Dame Judi Dench. I love her in chocolate.
Like, you don't hear about this a whole lot because it's like a rare occurrence.
Sir.
I know a sir.
I see him.
Yeah.
Oh, what's wrong, buddy?
Say, I'm hungry.
Oh. Okay.
And probably has a diaper.
You want me to keep the train rolling?
Keep the train
rolling. All right, everybody. So, next up, via Variety, Star Trek 4 is still happening and will be the final chapter for the 2009 reboot cast. I don't believe it. I do not think that is accurate, and I think that they're all a bunch of dirty, filthy liars for saying it. There's no way. There's no way we're getting another movie with Chris Pine and all them. What? Like, there's no way. I'm going to get the YouTube pulled up so I can keep an eye on chat here. There we go, everybody. Sorry about that. So yeah. I mean, I would love for us to get another Star Trek movie. I really loved the first 2009. Into Darkness was pretty good. Like, it was really good, but I still feel like I like 2009 better. Is it 2009? 2008? 2009. Yeah, 2009. I did not care for Star Trek Beyond. It just felt, I don't know. I don't know. Like, it was fine. It was fun. It felt, I don't know. It just didn't feel like Star Trek, It felt like an action sci-fi movie. It felt like it was trying to be Guardians of the Galaxy, and it wasn't. That's it. That's end of thought on that one. No, obviously this thing has been in the works for like a decade at this point, trying to get everybody back. At one point, they were going to bring Chris Hemsworth back to be Kirk's dad. and like they were gonna find him, and I don't know, some time travel shenanigans again. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a whole thing. But you know, I don't know. I will be happy to watch it if and when it happens. I just personally don't see those actually happening. Like, I don't know. I feel like everybody's a little bit cooled down since when they did the last one. So, like, I think they could get this cast back together. I just don't see the point. Like, we've already kind of moved on, like, with Discovery and Picard and all that stuff. Like, I feel like at this point, just kind of just let it go. You know, it's a different timeline. We don't have to worry about it. Some universes live, some universes die, you know, and the whole world will never be the same. It's Crisis on Treks, Infinite Treks. That's what I'd say. Via Screen Rant, Top Gun 3 is already in the works. It has a story. Quote, Tom Cruise said he really liked it, so we're developing it. They also went on to say that Tom Cruise already has another film planned after his current film, which is Mission Impossible. So it'll be at the very least after that one. So yeah, another Top Gun movie, which is interesting. Like, I really liked Top Gun Maverick. I thought it was really good. One of the best movies that year. But like, you know, it's just interesting we went so long in between the first and the second one. And now we're already kind of getting a third one. It's just kind of interesting. You know, I don't really know what I'd want to see. If I had to guess, I would say probably get more of that bully guy that was basically Iceman. Right? Like, we'll probably get more of him. He was in that movie with, I can't think of her name. Was it Anyone But You? I think his name is Sweeney. And Sydney Sweeney. I think we'll get more of him because he's kind of blowing up, and like probably have Goose or Rooster, whatever his name is. Yeah, and Tom Cruise will do some more Tom Cruise stuff. Will he blow up in a plane at the beginning of it again? Maybe this time they have to actually go into space, and they have to try and blow up the satellite inside of a Death Star, and they just go full on, you know. They just do Star Wars, but just call it Top Gun 3. Maybe so much time has passed, and Rooster is now the Maverick character. So like, he's got to teach these kids, and he's like, I can't do it. And then Maverick's like, well, I can help you. And then they got to be like, my two dads, but it's for the Top Gun Flight Academy. This sounds terrible. Just Maggie chuckling in the background just cracks me up. Oh man. Hey everybody, while Maggie's coming back, just so you know, we're getting ready to go into our review of Godzilla x Kong. It's gonna be pretty big, literally. So before we do that though, I wanted to let you know that you can sign up for patreon.com/hopefullyawesome, or you can join us right here on youtube.com/hopefullyawesome. Get your name in every episode of our podcast. Get your exclusive access to the Google Drives. Get your membership card. All the details will be dropping hopefully tomorrow. I didn't want to do it on April Fool's Day because I just didn't want there to be confusion. Yeah. But we're also simplifying like the pay structure, so everything across the board is going to be the same price, whether you're on YouTube or on Patreon, doesn't matter. But yeah, so if you'd like to support the channel, you can do that. There are other ways you can help support the channel. You can use our affiliate links in the description of the very video that you're watching right now. Just click on the Amazon link right before you order anything, and we will get we get like a 2% cut of it or something, for Amazon being like, oh hey, thanks for telling them to buy this. So, and it literally it can be anything. Like if you're gonna buy like dog food, then you know, and you get it from Amazon. Yeah. Just like go get your dog food, and then before you check out, click on our link in the description, and then check out, and then we get a cut of that. No more money to you. It's weird. I don't really know why it works, but it's just the way it is. Some things will never change. Don't you think, Maggie?
Don't you think?
let's get into the review.
All right.
Here we go, everybody. Godzilla. X Kong. That's right, everybody. So over the weekend, Godzilla X Kong dropped, and man, let me tell you, we went to watch this.
What a good time!
What a good time! What a good time! You know, what a time to be alive. We got a giant monkey. We got another giant monkey. We got a big old lizard.
We got another big old lizard.
Maybe. We're not going to talk spoilers just yet. So just know if this is your first time watching this, we will do a spoiler-free review first off. And then once we are ready to jump into the spoilers, you will hear this noise. And we will have this banner on the background saying spoiler alert. So, again, we are not currently in spoilers. So we will just talk a little bit about it. A little bit of background for me, for my, love of this stuff. So I really enjoyed Godzilla 2014. I remember when they first released the trailer at Comic-Con, I was desperate to find it. Like I was dying. I wanted to see it so bad. Like I was scouring Twitter looking for anybody that, I looked on Vine just to see if anybody had posted it anywhere, And I found like a bootleg that was just awful. But I still watched it like 100 times. And then they finally released it.
Yeah.
And like that halo drop that they do, and like you see, Godzilla's tail and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, it's so good. Yeah. So good. And I love that movie. I was kind of, it wasn't like super down with like the fact that they killed off Bryan Cranston. I think he would have made a better main character, or at least even co-lead with Aaron Taylor Johnson. Yeah. So I mean, that was kind of a thing. And I think the movie would have played better dramatically, plot wise, if it wasn't called Godzilla. Like if we didn't even know Godzilla was in the movie, because like the first act and a half, it's just about these Mutos, right? And like I feel like if they had just made like, oh, there's this almost like Cloverfield, like, oh, there's this new big giant monster movie, right? And you could even call it Monarch or whatever. And like Ken Watanabe's in it, Bryan Cranston's in it, and like, everything plays the same. And then fucking Godzilla shows up and you're like, wait, is this secretly a Godzilla movie? I feel like that would have kicked so much ass, right? But alas, that is not what happened. And so I really enjoyed that movie. But then they released Kong, Skull Island. And I always forget just how good that one is. Like every time we rewatch it, I'm like, man, wow, this is actually fantastic.
Good story.
Oh yeah, like I feel like some of the deaths, like especially now that they've kind of fleshed out these characters in Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, I feel like the John Goodman character like is very abrupt and like unceremoniously, killed off of the movie. Yeah. Especially given like how important he is to the history of Monarch. Yeah. But I mean, at the time, like it was really cool. And then that kind of gave us our first hint of, oh, hey, this is a shared universe. Yeah. And then we got my personal favorite movie in the Monsterverse, which is Godzilla King of the Monsters, which is just a fucking awesome time. Yeah. Like, I love King of the Monsters. I love Mothra, Ghidorah, Rodan. Like, I love it so much that I learned those names, I mean, I knew Mothra, obviously. Everybody knows Mothra. But God, it was so good. And like when they go down into the Hollow Earth and they see like Godzilla's big temple and the statue from The Exorcist is there, and it's like, oh, Pazuzu is here. Yeah. Shit, Pazuzu even knows Godzilla's the one. Pazuzu's pedals. And so like Ken Watanabe sacrifices himself. God, it's just so good, and like Ghidorah, just fuck, God, terrifying. Love it, and everything just looks so good. Which I'm a kid that grew up on Power Rangers, right? So giant monster fights, like that's my bread and butter. Like I love this shit. And then kind of all of that building to Godzilla versus Kong. And we watched that in 2021, I think is when it came out, and we watched it on Max because it was still in the height of the big C. And, we had I think she was only like 7 or 8 months old. So like we was trying to take care of her, make sure we stayed safe and everything. And so we watched it at home, and I remember we were going into it being like pretty excited because I love this universe. I love the more serious take on them. Like it's not like Godzilla 98, like they're taking this seriously. And I remember watching it and being pretty let down with Godzilla versus Kong, because it was really played as a more popcorn, fun, monster action sci-fi movie, like a Transformers, like it was just played for that. I felt at the time. And I remember being bummed because like I really loved like the deep lore that they did in 2014 and in King of the Monsters. Like I remember really just loving those takes on it. And for them to kind of abandon that and just make it all about, oh, they're fighting. Yeah. Like it was kind of a letdown. It was a little bit of a letdown. And so, I didn't even know if the MonsterVerse was coming back after that. I think they had assumed that would probably be the last one because the franchise had been steadily declining, ever since 2014. Yeah. And lo and behold, it actually did gangbusters. And so Legendary kind of, put the money back into the franchise. They did Monarch Legacy of Monsters, which was really freaking good. And then something else happened where we got Godzilla -1. Mm-hmm. Not connected to the MonsterVerse, obviously. This is just a Toho original Godzilla movie. Mm-hmm. And it gave me what I was dying for, a very serious, very dramatic, real life Godzilla movie, where Godzilla is just the most terrifying thing, right? And like it was so good. One of our top 3 movies of the year last year. Mm-hmm. And having gotten that, I think that fulfilled my need of a deep story. And so we went back and rewatched Godzilla versus Kong over the weekend before we went and watched Godzilla X Kong. And I liked it a lot more. And I think it's because I knew what I was in for. It was going to be more of a fun movie, like less of a serious take. And like going at it from that angle, I had a blast. Like it was way more fun than I remember. And I feel like Monarch Legacy Monsters on Apple TV kind of helped that. Like it gave me some more context of just like what the hell is going on with all this. Yeah. And like the Hollow Earth stuff, like it was all really jarring the first time. But like this time it was fun. It was really fun. And then we went on Saturday and watched Godzilla X Kong. And my God, it was amazing. It was like so fun. It was so fun. And like one thing I really respect about this movie is 9 times out of 10, whenever there's a Godzilla or a King Kong or anything, like those are the primary thing in the movie, but there's a human character that grounds everything, right? And like we're, in 2014, we're seeing Aaron Taylor Johnson's story that just so happens to coincide with Godzilla. Mm-hmm. We're seeing a coach from Friday Night Lights that just so happens to coincide with Ghidorah versus Godzilla, right? We're seeing Loki that just so happens to coincide with Kong. Yeah. And so with this, Kong is the main character. Yeah. Like he just straight up is the main character. Yeah. And like, sure, Godzilla's in it. And he's, he is another character in the movie. Mm-hmm. But like the main person of the movie is Kong and Mini Kong. Mm-hmm. Which me and Maggie kind of jokingly said to each other that they're basically like the same relationship as the characters from the God of War 2018 game. And it's really great to look at it that way. And like there are some human characters, that exist in this movie and stuff, and they do help kind of keep the story going. But they do a really, really good job of letting Kong be the one that kind of guides the story. You understand what he's feeling, what his motivations are, and like he's not talking to us. He's not, it's not all like subtitled or anything. Like the closest thing I can think of is it's like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and like the way Caesar could very easily convey the emotions of what he was, feeling. And like, because if I may be mistaken, but I feel like the first 20 minutes of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, like, there's no humans. I feel like I could be totally wrong on that, but I feel like that was one of the big things, is like they trusted audiences to be able to identify with Caesar, right? And I feel like this director did the same thing with Kong. Like, he believed audiences were down to, empathize with Kong, with the monsters, right? And I really appreciated that, because like most of the time they don't do that. Like, the studios don't believe in these big monster characters to be able to handle it. I mean, even stuff like Bumblebee, like, you have to have the character that buys Bumblebee, and it's their car. Like, we don't just watch Bumblebee,
No.
And so I really loved this movie. Like, I still don't think it's my number one. Like, it's King of the Monsters is gonna be very tough to ever beat, and I feel like this one does have like some plot holes a little bit, like some kind of leaps of, not of faith, but of conclusions, I guess. Like, okay, like, did they, I don't know if they had to do this, but like, this is where we are, and like, okay. And like, some things, and I'll talk in spoilers, but like some things that happen, it's like, so what are we saying about this universe now? Like, what does this implication have? Or is it just a, oh, well, yeah, don't worry about it, and like, we just won't really deal with it again in the future. Like, there's a handful of things like that, but honestly, I loved the human characters. They were all super enjoyable. I never once felt like, okay, can we get back to the monsters? I mean, even though I wanted to get back to the monsters, obviously, but like, they weren't annoying. By the time I was maybe starting to Jones for the monsters were there. Like, it never went so long that I was like, God, I just want to see Godzilla. I just want to see King Kong. And there's not really any human antagonists in this movie.
No, thank God.
Yeah, like, they don't try and figure out a way to like shove Apex into this.
I guess probably like within the first, me and him both were like, oh, that's the bad guy. That guy's the bad guy. He'll turn out to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
No. Thank God.
Yeah, the Scar King is the main antagonist of the movie, and he's kind of one note.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's fine. I feel like in a movie like this, it's much more forgiving to have, like, the Scar King be kind of a generic bad guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's an animal, so it's animal instinct. So like, it still works,
Yeah.
Whereas Kong does have that bit more of a humanity in him, but he's also been around humans. So I mean, I feel like that still makes sense. Like, it makes sense why Kong would be the way he is, and why Scar King is the way he is. One thing I love about this one is they make Godzilla into a cat. Like, not really, like, like, they don't actually make Godzilla a cat, but like, the way he does certain things, or she, I don't even know. The way Godzilla does certain things in this, like, just curls up, the way he lays down, he looks like a cat. Like, he just looks like a cat.
But it's not great. A cat.
It's great. Like, I love the idea of like Kong being like an old crotchety man, and Godzilla is just a cat that's like, sometimes he wants to be lovely, and other times he's gonna fucking claw your eyes out, and like, it is what it is, and you just gotta deal with it,
Yeah.
Like, and that's what a cat does,
Yeah.
Cats, they'll fuck you over.
Well, she's like, quit talking about cats.
Maggie, what'd you think about this?
I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. I really liked how they handled like all the plots, like plot A, plot B, plot C. Like, I never thought we was staying in one area too long.
Yeah.
It was very nice. And I like the fact that we got more, I feel like it, more monsters. Like, seeing more stuff like Kong, and I know Godzilla stuff was like short and stuff every now and then because, well, Godzilla's a lizard.
How dare you, first off? How dare you?
Him.
Godzilla is my favorite.
He's my favorite too.
Okay, I'm just saying. But like, that is one minor complaint. Not even a complaint, but like, I do, like, they always make Kong, because I guess it's just easier to get more emotions out of Kong. Like, Kong's...
Well, he's small. Godzilla did a few times.
I know, but like, I want Godzilla to be like the lead. Yeah. You know? Like, and he's always just like the mindless destroyer, like in Godzilla versus Kong, right? Or like in this, it's like, oh, what's Godzilla doing?
He's absorbing.
And it's like, just, I don't know. Can Godzilla just be like the lead in one of these? Like, you know?
Like, I feel like, well, I feel like that's spoiler territory. I gotta shut
We'll
up.
save it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like, the closest we've got is King of the Monsters. And like, it did really good. And I thought they did a good job with that, especially him and Ken Watanabe together. But you know, like with these crossover movies, I just feel like they default to making Kong the person that you identify with. Yeah. And like, I get it because it's easier to get emotions out of that as opposed to a big giant fucking, you know, dinosaur, right? Like, I get it.
I love him.
But I do too, and I think you could do it. Like, I mean, why not? Why not try? You know, let's just try one of these. You know? It's like when you have Batman and Superman together, and like, you just make Batman the main character because like it's just easier. Yeah. And it's like, well, but I like Superman though, you know. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
No, I mean it's fine. I'm not upset. It's a good movie. Yeah. Anything else you want to say before we get into spoilers?
No.
Okay. Well, before we do get into spoilers, I do have one last thing. Sorry, I yelled for a second. We picked up.
I was like, was it on me?
The popcorn bucket, everybody. So
it's actually a 2-in-1.
That's right. So you can take them apart like this and like split it. So like if Maggie wanted to have her own bucket, we could just share it like that. But they do combine with our powers combined.
Good luck.
Well, I'll do it here in a second. So on one side it's Godzilla, as you can see, and it has this nice 3D printed texture on it, and on the back it has these like
faces of Godzilla.
Faces of like different. Well, I believe it's different monsters. I want to say.
I thought it was all Godzilla because all of them's Kong.
Well, like that doesn't really look like Godzilla. Well. But I don't know. I think it might be. I think it's Shimu and Godzilla, and Scar King and Kong on Kongs. So then, of course, you got the Kong. You know, again, 3D textured, printed on here. You can kind of see the thick lines. And on the back, you've got the symbols, kind of like the drawings of Kong and Scar King. It's pretty cool. And then, like I said, you can just kind of put them back together.
So this spring we've had the Frozen Empire and the New Empire.
Yeah, I really don't like that they overused the Empire. And I kept getting Frozen Empire mixed up with Planet of the Apes, which is it Planet of the Apes Fallen Kingdom? And so I kept wanting to say Frozen Kingdom, but it's Frozen Empire. So anyway, but then aside from that, we also got the mug, the little cup. So they had 4 of these, one for each of the big titans. It's heavily featured. I'm pretty
certain I watched a guy get all 4 of them.
I get that. And like when we go this weekend, if they have these cups still, like we'll get probably the Kong. Yeah. And then if they still have it,
if they still have it after that, I want Shimu.
I mean, we can get both. We can get Kong and Shimu. I do like Shimu. But this mug comes with just
topper,
it's Godzilla. We got the Godzilla mug, and it's pink on the inside to match Godzilla's new
symbol.
Yeah. And it's pink on the inside to match Godzilla's new pink power set, which is just fantastic.
My favorite color.
I love that Godzilla's just essentially a Super Saiyan.
Yes.
You know, and like in order to power up, he has to get a new color. You know, like I love that. And then it also comes with the topper, which is this nice little Godzilla action figure. I mean, it doesn't really do anything. It's more of like a model or whatever.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Super heavy. I love this mug a lot. So I'm with you. I do want to get Shimu because Shimu's awesome.
We'll get more into that.
Yeah, as far as like the new monsters go in this, Kong gets the most, and then Godzilla, I would say, is probably like second or third. as far as like the most screen time with Mini Kong. And then you've got the Scar King and you've got Shimu. And then there are some others that are in it, but like that's the main ones. And Shimu is a very interesting one. Mm-hmm. And like as the movie goes on, the more you find out, like it becomes more and more likable, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah.
Just a more interesting character than what we've seen. So it's really cool. As far as like who I would recommend this to, I would say if you've watched a MonsterVerse movie and you just didn't like it, I don't think this movie would really do anything for you to change that. Like if you watched King of the Monsters and was like, I don't care, then I probably wouldn't recommend this. If you've not watched any and you enjoyed stuff like Jurassic Park or Transformers or like, if these big giant things, that are very much not realistic, if that doesn't bother you, then I would recommend going to watch it. I mean, it's a fun popcorn movie.
Oh yeah.
Like it feels like a summer blockbuster. That being said, if you haven't watched anything this year, go watch Dune 2 first. Dune Part 2 is definitely the better of the two films.
It's $1 billion, baby.
Yeah, seriously. I need Dune Messiah like yesterday. So I would definitely I would recommend watching this. And we'll break down like where we'd actually place it as far as the full spring 2024 ranking here in just a little bit, like how it stacks against Ghostbusters and stuff like that. But yeah, I would say if you liked the MonsterVerse, didn't really care for Godzilla versus Kong, I think try and give this one another chance, because to me it's a lot better than that one. Even though I ended up growing to like Godzilla versus Kong, I feel like this one's still just better. Mm-hmm. And I would say it's in the top half for me of the MonsterVerse.
Same here.
Like it's really, really good. It's really strong. Like Monarch is really good, but I feel like if it could have been a little bit shorter, it would have been stronger. Like there was a few episodes that just kind of drug a little bit.
Agreed.
But I feel like this is one of the better ones. Not because it's as deep, as like King of the Monsters or 2014, but just it knows what it is and it plays to that and it does that super well.
Yes.
So, anything else you want to say before we get into spoilers?
No.
All right, everybody, let's get into spoilers. I can't believe Godzilla was dead the whole time.
That'd be awful.
R.I.P. Queen.
King
of the monsters.
They called him he multiple times. I tried to pay attention to that because
Godzilla will always be a queen in my book.
Okay.
When it comes to Godzilla 98. No, there is only one queen of the monsters, and that's Mothra. And my God, can I just say how thankful I am that the marketing team was like, you know what? Let's not ruin all of the surprises in this movie in the marketing. Like, there's one shot specifically. If you don't care, can you go back? Mm-hmm. So we're still in spoilers, everybody. But in this shot here...
Oh, whoops.
You're fine. In this shot here, Mothra is in this.
Yeah.
Like, she is in this shot in the movie. And they removed her from the marketing. Yeah. And that makes me so happy because so many people don't do that now. They're just like, here's fucking everything that happens,
Yeah.
And, like, that was such a fun reveal. I was hopeful that Mothra would return.
Yeah.
Like I figured at some point she would return, and especially when like we got to see the Iwi people, and like there was that kind of like netting around them. I thought that was Mothra's cocoon.
I did too.
Yeah, like I didn't think it was just a wall like keeping the Iwi people away from Scar King or whatever. And so, like, when that ultimately did leave to Mothra, like, I was like, oh, okay, cool. But, like, Mothra playing the part of being the thing that makes Godzilla and Kong, like, cool with each other. Well, I like that.
I think Mothra's like, hey, Kong, I could get Godzilla to calm down.
And I love that Godzilla, like, doesn't fuck with Mothra, he's like, okay.
He shut up immediately.
He's like, okay, girl. Hey, bitch. I always love you, bitch.
Yeah.
But I love that. And again, they kind of did the thing that they did in in Godzilla versus Kong, where like oh, Godzilla's making some crazy decisions. Is he gone bad again? Like, oh god.
And then there was like people that actually understood him. They're like, he's going to this place for a reason.
Yeah. And then he gets all juiced up on the juice.
Yeah. And they're like, oh crap, he's actually absorbing the radiation from this nuclear plant. Then they're like, oh, he's heading towards the south. Why is he going down there? Oh, because there's a Titan down there.
Yeah.
And that's how he gets pink.
Yeah. Which was really cool.
He like had a mini hibernation period too after that.
Yeah. Like I feel like one of the main reasons this is just my observation, I could be wrong. But one of the main reasons I feel like he's pink in this is because they knew they wanted to do Shimu. And I mean, one, obviously toys. Obviously. Mm-hmm. Like just Godzilla looks different, so you got to buy it, you know. But also Shimu's powers are ice. And so they would want him to be blue and white, you know. And so I feel like you have to differentiate the colors somehow. Yeah. I mean, like Kong is black, whereas Scar King is like a reddish, like orangutan. Yeah. And you know, Godzilla's kind of gray and pink in this one. And Shimu is like a white and blue.
Iridescent.
Yeah. And like, I didn't really know how I felt about Shimu at first, because he was played very much as just
another Godzilla.
Yeah, and kind of like just an empty monster. Like most of the Titans have some sort of thought. Yeah. You know, like whether they're good or bad. Like even the Mutos were like trying to mate. Yeah. You know, and like Ghidorah was, you know, trying to be the king of the jungle, right? Yeah. And so like Shimu just felt like a drug lord's tiger, you know? Yeah. Like it was just this thing on a leash. It was like its guard dog, you know? And like that felt off to me a little bit. Like I was like Titans don't really do that. Like, you know, I mean they can obviously. And they made it make sense because like Scar King has the whatever, the crystal that can like cause him to control Shimu or whatever. And I like that it was more just, it wasn't like legitimately controlling him. It was more like, this hurts, so I'm gonna do. Yeah, it's almost like a dog whistle. Yeah, you know. And I liked that they did that as opposed to like he's telepathically telling him what to do or whatever. Yeah. But then of course when they break that and Shimu turns and like starts fucking up Scar King, like that shit was great when it was like the three of them.
Yeah, and you feel bad for Shimu. Yeah, and like it's I don't know. I think it was the Iwi tribe or something. Yeah. Another somebody said he's hurting. Yeah, that
it might have been the girl.
Yeah, yeah,
it might have been the girl.
I think you're right
because she could like feel.
Yeah, she's like she's in pain.
Yeah. And I love when Kong is like riding Shimu at the end, you know? Yes. He's like, it's his donkey, you know? This is his horse.
Hey, everybody, this is like he even like BFFs.
He even like pets her, you know? It's so great. Like I love that. I love that.
It's sweet.
I love the idea that like Kong is just Clint Eastwood in this. Yes. You know, and like
I like how they kind of gave him a beard.
Yes, very much. Like I mean, it's straight up God of War. It's just the characters from God of War 2018. That's who Kong and Mini Kong are.
Mini Kong, how he so many times tries to trick.
He just Bart Simpsons it up.
Yeah, tricks Kong, but it's because I think part of him, he's scared. Yeah. Also, too, if he brings in another ape, yeah, he could probably die.
Yeah, and like he's never known anything but you know, being hurt.
Yeah, so
you know,
like
being beat the shit out of, you know?
Which I mean, Kong pretty much did it the first time around. He picked him up and swung him around.
Dude, that was so funny. When he beats the shit out of those other guys,
he's gonna kill him.
Oh my god, that was so funny. Holy shit.
I like when he took him to the lake and he was like, you know, get a drink. He starts to run away. And Kong throws a head.
Oh yeah,
that lizard thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's so good, man. No, I loved all that honestly, and even like Kong like climbing up to get his tooth worked on and stuff. Like I liked that.
Yes.
I liked that relationship.
I like Trapper.
So I kind of
character.
Yes, Trapper was awesome. I kind of alluded to this in the non-spoiler section, so just to kind of bring that back around. About, you know, how does this affect the universe going forward? So like, does magic exist? Like, I mean, like I know, like it's Titans.
I'm not getting into this with you.
Like, I mean, I know there's Titans, obviously. There's monsters and like it's science and stuff. Like it's very science based, right?
Yes.
Like they're not saying like, oh, they came from a portal from hell, you know, like it's just they're, you know, it's just the center of the earth.
Yeah.
And like I get that. And I get the idea of like the Iwi tribe being able to communicate with one another because maybe they grew up around these crystals and like they evolved a different whatever. But like when the little girl, well, she's not a little girl anymore. When the young girl, like puts her hand up, and just Mothra's essence comes back to life. You know, like I mean, I was thinking like maybe it'll be like Mothra's like larva stage, and like you know she like touches it, and then like her energy like you know brings it to life, kind of like what happens with the wall, right? But no, like Mothra just reappears out of nothing, you know? And like, I don't think there's any other way to explain that than magic. And like, we've just not had that in this universe yet.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of surprised that now we have magic, you know? Like, I'm just surprised that that's where we are. And like, especially with how much, even in King of the Monsters, they explained, you know, the life cycle of Mothra, you know, like that it starts as a larva and becomes, you know, comes out and it's like a caterpillar and then it cocoons and becomes Mothra, right? Like, and to just be like, to just skip all of that just to bring like the life essence back in magic. Like, it's just, I don't know.
I blame it on the crystals.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. It just felt, that's the only thing that felt just kind of off to me. It was just, oh, okay. So we have magic now. Like I felt like that guy in The Prestige when like Hugh Jackman's showing him the disappearing, reappearing man, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's been a long time since I've seen real magic," and like there's like a scaredness in him, you know, because like he thinks that Hugh Jackman has literally used dark magic to teleport across the room, right? And like, which it ends up being way worse than that. He's actually drowning his original self. All his clones keep living on, but that's a whole other thing.
Oh God, I completely forgot.
Oh yeah, what a fucking great movie! Oh my God, so good. And like, that's how I felt. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. It's been a while since I've dealt with magic. And I was not prepared for dealing with that today in this. I'm going to need just a moment here to just kind of collect myself and get back into this. Okay. Continue. You know, like that's how I felt in the movie. All right. And like, I'm glad Mothra's back. I'm glad Godzilla and Kong are like, peace out, you know.
Yeah.
I'm really, at this point, I don't know what you do with the next one. Like, I mean, because they're cool with each other.
Yeah.
So, like, do they just keep teaming up to take on something? Or
does Godzilla get fed up and like, I'm gonna kill you?
I almost think that, to me, the only place you go with this,
Baby Godzilla,
exactly, 100%. It's Doug. You get Doofy Doug back in there, and it's like, oh shit, you're Doug? Where have you been, man? I left you. I had to go get cigarettes. I came back and you were gone. Daddy? Oh, Doug.
Oh my God.
But no, like I feel like that's gotta be, or a female.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to think. I think at this point we got to kind of match the storytelling of Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? Whenever you do meet the female Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
Mei Mei.
Yeah.
She is.
Well, I meant the female bad guy.
Oh, female bad.
Like how we've.
Yeah.
How like the bad guys changed. Like one was basically trying to be like Poe, you know, and then I don't know what the rest of them are, but
one wanted to take over all of China.
Yeah.
the other wanted.
I don't know what I don't really know what you do. I don't think you pit them against each other. And like, I feel like it's a waste of time to like come up with a reason for them to be cool with each other. I think we've established they're cool with each other.
Yeah, I think either it's going to come down to them exploring more of that hollow Earth.
The hollower Earth?
Yeah.
That's what I call it. The hollower Earth.
More hollow.
Hollower Earth.
Holler.
The holler.
It's the holler.
The holler Earth.
Yes.
Yeah.
The holler Earth. I think they explored that more because of the other apes and stuff. They can study Kong being with them and stuff. And I don't know, maybe there's something else down there, or there's something good down there. I don't know.
I could see like an evil Mothra. I'm trying to think of what do you do?
Yeah.
You know? And like, only thing I can think of is there's a couple of routes they could go. I think one, you just get another bad guy and just do it again.
Yeah.
You know? I think you could make it more based in the Hollow Earth, and so Godzilla has to go to the Hollow Earth. And like, he's mainly down there the whole time, as opposed to
being up on the surface.
And Kong having to bring everybody up there.
Yeah.
Or you could do I mean, one of the plot lines they've kind of alluded to a lot is the war between the Godzillas and the Kongs. And so like, you could, like, we brought back the Kongs, could bring back the Godzillas, and like, Godzilla and Kong are on like opposite sides. Like, they're cool with each other, but like, their families are fuck, they hate each other.
Yeah.
And so like, they're ready to go to war.
Yeah.
Like, I could see that maybe, but like, I don't know. It'll probably be nothing like that. Mm-hmm. Like, this director's really good, and like, he's apparently already has an idea for a third one. So I'd say whatever they end up doing will be great.
Oh yeah.
You know, I say maybe it's time to start jumping dimensions. Maybe we bring in Godzilla -1 Godzilla into this.
Shin Godzilla.
Can you imagine if like one of the more serious Godzillas showed up and was like, "The fuck are you doing with this fucking monkey? Get the fuck out of here!
Give him the kiss of death.
Fucking rip his head off! And what? You hanging out with these humans? Fucking eat that shit! What the fuck's wrong with you?
Buildings?
I'm sorry, Daddy. God, Doug!
Of course you're destroying all the buildings. Good on you, but you're not eating anything else?
God, what do you think? Wait, you got you laying in the Roman Colosseum like your goddamn cat? You've been domesticated, man. God, you are God fucking Zilla. Act like it. King Kong ain't got shit on you. That's a Training Day reference.
I know that. He was on a roll and I did
I appreciate that.
The other Godzillas, they're like, you had King Crab or King Spider Crab, and you didn't boil up them crab legs and cook them.
Good job, Maggie.
Sorry.
That's good.
No, it wasn't.
No, I'm proud of you.
I'm going away.
You tried really hard.
I know.
And I appreciate it.
You hate me.
Shrimp fried crab. Maggie, anything else you want to say in spoilers before we get to the next part?
He should have boiled them crab.
God damn it. All right, everybody, welcome back. Spoilers are over, so if you have not listened to the spoiler section, I definitely recommend going back and listen to it, because we got a little bit silly there at the end.
Yes.
So once you've watched the movie. So now it is time to add Godzilla x Kong to the spring ranking for 2024. Currently, the ranking is as follows. At number 7, Madam Web. Number 6, Argyle. Number 5, Lisa Frankenstein. Number 4, American Society. Number 3, Kung Fu Panda 4. Number 2, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. And number 1, Dune Part 2. Maggie, where are you thinking we should put Godzilla x Kong? Sorry.
Number 2.
So you think below Dune Part 2, but above Ghostbusters?
Yes.
Really, I'll be honest, I'm kind of surprised that you would say above Ghostbusters.
I don't know.
I personally feel like it's above Ghostbusters, but like, I know you love Ghostbusters more than me. And so I'm just surprised.
No, I had a good time with Ghostbusters, but like, Godzilla x Kong, I feel like it was a really good popcorn, like you said, popcorn movie.
Yeah.
And like,
but not in a lacking storytelling way.
No,
like it still had that.
It was interesting. But it was just, it had my interest the whole entire time,
and it was also just a blast.
Yeah,
a roaring romp for the ages.
Wow. Wow, Matt. Wow. Wow.
I am Godzilla.
Alright. So you're ranking. You're killing me.
How? How am I killing you?
Your deadpan is so great. It's so good. Like I was outside of my body seeing me act like a moron, and you're just staring at the camera like, how did I end up here? Alright. Your new ranking at number 8, Madam Web. Number 7, Argyle. Number 6, Lisa Frankenstein. Number 5, American Society. Number 4, Kung Fu Panda 4. Number 3, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Number 2, Godzilla x Kong. And at number 1, Dune Part 2. Next week, we will be doing Monkey Man. So you're definitely going to want to come back for that. It's going to be fun times. Fun times to be had by all.
Good times.
Remember, we'll be back again tomorrow night with Going Back to Smallville for the season 5 premiere of Smallville. Members only video is out right now showing Maggie react to the very ending of the season 5 episode 1 premiere of Smallville. And of course that surprise actor that shows up at the end. Remember, if you'd like to see that video or get your name in the credits just like these fine folks did, you can head over to patreon.com/hopefullyawesome or join us right here on youtube.com/hopefullyawesome. Get your name in every episode, get access to the Google Drives, and you can also get exclusive bonus content. But that's going to wrap it up for us this week. Next week, we'll be back again live with Monkey Man. Tomorrow night, Smallville. The night after that, Super Nice Playback. Everybody, it's going to be a good week. It's April 1st, but we ain't fooling. Only thing we're full of is love.
Good job, Matt.
Thanks for watching, and as always,
have a hopefully awesome day.
bye.
Godzilla should have cooked up them crab legs.